My child, listen carefully. It's possible that this is the most significant message you'll ever hear. If you don't pay attention to what I am about to tell you, you may lose your son forever. I know these words sound harsh, but the reality that awaits is even harsher. I cannot sugarcoat the truth because time is slipping away, and this is my final attempt to warn you. Something terrible is approaching, something that could shatter your world. And if you don't take this warning seriously, the regret you will carry may haunt you for the rest of your life. I need you to wake up, to open your eyes, to truly hear me before it's too late. I know that deep inside you love your son more than anything. You would do anything to protect him, but love alone is not enough. You must act right away. The danger is not far away. It is creeping closer, and once it strikes, there will be no turning back. This is not a time for doubt. This is not a time to question whether I am exaggerating. If the threat weren't real, I wouldn't be speaking so quickly. Every detail I am about to share matters. Every single word holds the power to change the course of your son's life. You are ready now. I can feel it. You are finally listening with your whole heart. Therefore, let's not waste any more time. What I am about to reveal would determine everything. Let's get going. Before I tell you everything about your son, my child, let me explain why I'm here. Today I need to tell you about his current condition. This is something you may have noticed, but haven't fully understood yet. He is exhausted, not just physically, but in a way that goes deeper than you can see. He is feeling drained, even when he does nothing at all. His body feels weak, as if at any moment he might collapse. But that's not all. He is losing his appetite, not just for food, but for life itself. The things he once loved no longer bring him joy. He barely eats, barely speaks, and his spirit is fading before your eyes. And the biggest question that must be lingering in your heart right now is, why? Why is this happening to him? What is causing this? You might be wondering if everything really is all right, and I must tell you the painful truth. Nothing is okay. Nothing is right. The situation is far worse than you think. Additionally, you may lose if you do not act immediately and heed this warning. The chance to save him. But you are here, so you're ready to hear the whole story. You are ready to understand what is happening to your son, and why he is suffering. So stay with me for the next 6 minutes. Every second matters. Let's begin. My child, listen closely. The words I speak today are not just meant for your ears, but for your heart. They carry a warning, urgent, burning, and impossible to ignore. It is a truth that I must share, a truth that weighs heavily upon me. It concerns your son, your precious gift, your legacy, the very heartbeat of your life. But to truly understand what is happening to him, you must first turn your eyes toward a woman. Yes, a woman whose hands move with alarming speed, weaving something dark, something so subtle and insidious that it escapes the notice of even the most watchful eye. She's not new to this craft. No, she has perfected it over ages, mastering every thread of deception, every whisper of destruction. And what she's preparing, my child, is not just dangerous, it is deadly. But what exactly is she preparing? And why should you be afraid? Because, my child, she is feeding it to your son, not just in his food, not just in his drink, but in ways far deeper, while he sleeps, while he breathes, while his heart beats without knowing the danger closing in. She is pouring something into his soul, something that corrupts from within. This poison does not kill the body. No, it is far worse. It is the poison of cynicism, a venom that drains his spirit, corrodes his hope, suffocates his light. It whispers lies, just as the serpent did in the Garden of Eden, convincing Eve that God's promises were not enough. And now this woman is doing the same to your son, poisoning his heart, stealing his faith, and leading him toward an abyss of doubt and despair. My child, do you see him? Is it true that you see your son? The weight he carries? The burdens pressing upon his heart? He has been fed lies poisoned with deception that whispers in his soul, lies that tell him the world is hopeless, that his dreams are meaningless, that no matter how hard he tries, he will always be powerless to change his circumstances. These are not just passing thoughts. No, my child, this is the work of the enemy, an enemy who has always sought to destroy, who has tried to crush the faith of the righteous since the beginning of time. This is the same enemy who tormented Job, stripping him of everything to break his spirit. The same one who whispered to David in the wilderness, "It is a fight for his destiny. I have already placed the weapons in your hands. Prayer, faith, the unshakable truth of my word. The enemy may be relentless, but I am infinitely stronger. Now stand and fight." This is my declaration regarding your son, my child. Hear what I have to say today. The poison of cynicism will not prevail. Every chain that has bound him is being broken. Every lie that has filled his mind is being silenced. Every dream that was stolen is being restored, just as I called Lazarus from the grave and welcomed the lost child back to his family. I am breathing new life into your son's heart. What was lost will be found. What was broken will be made whole. But you must stand firm, my child. You must not hesitate. When the battle feels relentless, when the darkness seems overwhelming, declare my promises over him. Hold on to my word as your unshakable foundation, for I have spoken, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54:17. And that includes the weapon of cynicism, the weapon of doubt, the weapon of despair. None of them will stand against the power of my truth. Today I am calling you to action. Do not wait, do not hesitate, pray without ceasing, for prayer is your greatest weapon. Speak life over your son, and when he cannot see the life for himself, surround him with my truth, for the truth will set him free. John 8:32. And know this battle is not just for him, it is for the generations that will come after him. The enemy wants to destroy, but I am the God who restores, and I will use your faith, your prayers, and your unwavering trust to turn the tide. So rise up, my child, rise up in faith, in hope, and in love. You are not alone, for I am with you now and always. The victory has already been secured. Your son's future is brighter than you can imagine. Watch as I move in ways you never thought possible, for I am the Lord, your God, and I am faithful to the end. My beloved child, I heard your prayer last night. I felt the weight of your heart, the silent cries, the deep sighs of exhaustion. I saw the tears that fell not just for yourself, but for your parents, your children, your friends, and the struggles that surround you. I saw how you wrestled with anxiety, how confusion clouded your mind, and how pain gripped your soul. But listen to me now. For every tear you have shed, I have stored them as a testimony of your insurance. For every sleepless night, I have prepared a blessing that will far outweigh your suffering. My child, you are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are coming out of this stronger than before. Even now I have sent my angels ahead of you, clearing the path, removing the obstacles that have held you back. The pain you feel, the heaviness in your spirit, it is coming to an end. I am replacing your sorrow with joy, your struggles with triumph. Things are on their way to you, healing, miracles, divine solutions, and my unshakable favor are being poured upon your life. Hold on, my child, because your breakthrough is getting closer. Hear me today. I have a plan for you, a plan greater than you can imagine, but do not let your faith waver by focusing too much on the circumstances around you. When I led the Israelites toward the promised land, I guided them straight to the Red Sea. At that moment, fear gripped their hearts. They saw only the impossible before them, towering waters with no escape in sight. And instead of trusting me, they grumbled, they cried out, believing they were better off in Egypt, enslaved rather than trusting in my deliverance. They let their fear overshadow my promise. I understand what you were going through, my child. There are things happening in your life that are testing your faith, making you question if I am truly with you. Listen to me, you have my promise, a promise to bless you, a promise to prosper you, a promise to protect and provide for you in ways beyond your understanding. Every word that comes from my mouth will never return void. Just as I parted the Red Sea to make a way for my people, I am making a way for you. Trust in me. If I have given you a promise, I will fulfill it. Hold on to your faith, my child, for I am trustworthy. Listen closely. I see the weight of uncertainty pressing against your heart. But this battle is not his alone to fight. I know there are moments when you feel stuck, when you look around and wonder, what more can I do? Where do I go from here? But do not let the situation define your faith. Look to me, for I am the one who holds your future. When I called Abraham, I made him wait. Year after year he held on to my promise, even when it seemed impossible. The waiting could have made him feel trapped, lost, or unsure of what to do next. But instead of focusing on the delay, he focused on me. He did not halt in disbelief. He moved forward in faith, believing that my word would not fail. When Daniel heard that he was to be thrown into the lion's stand, fear could have paralyzed him. He could have asked, "Lord, what more can I do?" But he didn't. He didn't let fear dictate his choices. Instead, he fixed his eyes on me, trusting that even in the midst of danger, I had a plan. And now, my child, I ask you to do the same. There may be situations in your life that make you feel stuck. Moments when you question, what else can I do? But hear me, I never allow something without having a purpose. I already know the way to get there, even if you can't see it. Every step, every challenge, every delay. All of it is a component of my larger plan for you. So do not fear, do not let your situation overwhelm you. Instead, focus on me. Move forward in trust, knowing that everything happening in your life is for my glory. Have faith, my child, for I am with you. My child, listen carefully. I have placed something extraordinary within you. Happiness flows through your very being. You are not ordinary, for I have set you apart. Every day you have a fresh opportunity to rise higher, to become better, to step into the fullness of who I created you to be. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt your potential. You are made for more. I'm calling you to hold yourself to a higher standard, to walk in wisdom, integrity, and love. Everybody is watching. Your family, your friends, your co-workers, they all take their cues from you. When you enter a room, you have the power to shift the atmosphere. Choose to bring light where there is darkness. Choose to lift others up, rather than tear them down. Let your presence be a source of hope, encouragement, and strength. But my child, you must trust me. Let go of the fears, the doubts, and the limitations that try to hold you back. I have placed dreams within you, and I am calling you to chase them boldly. Each day is a new opportunity to create, to inspire, to achieve. Step forward with confidence, knowing that greatness is already within you. My child, hear my words today. I will never disappoint those who place their hope in me. I see your faith, your trust, and your unwavering belief in my promises. Do not let the weight of your circumstances shake you. For I am the same God who walked with Daniel in the lion's den, who lifted Joseph from the prison to the palace, who fulfilled my promise to Abraham, and who strengthened David to become king. They faced trials, they endured hardships, but through it all, they never lost faith in me. They trusted that I would answer their prayers not just in any moment but in the right moment. I also did. I did not fail them, nor will I fail you. My child, I know what you need, and I have already prepared blessings for you. Blessings far greater than you can imagine. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of waiting is not in vain. So stand firm, keep believing, keep trusting, keep hoping. I have never lied, and I never will. My promises are sure, and my timing is perfect. I will not disappoint you. I will only bless you, just as I have always done for my children. My child, listen closely. I am not finished with you yet. What you have seen, what you have experienced, this is only the beginning. Your latter days will be greater than your former. Do not be discouraged by where you are now, for this is just a stepping stone to something far greater. I am preparing to launch you into a new dimension, a place of blessings, growth and breakthroughs beyond your imagination. Do not let your present circumstances deceive you into thinking this is where your story ends. Where you start will not be where you finish. The struggles, the challenges, the moments of uncertainty, they are only temporary. I am shaping you, refining you and preparing you for something far beyond what you can. Chi or domain, Chartigaris true, Paso, Trying Chi.